And what's going on YouTube? My name is Curry Tech, and welcome back to another video of Curry Tech. And today we'll be going over the i5 11500 versus the Ryzen 5 5600X. Anyway, let's get into this video and see what's going on. As of today, we have rumors of the i5 11500 or the i5 11500, which is a 6-core 12-thread processor with a base clock of 2.7 GHz. As you see on the video cards, as it says, been leaked. This is on Z490 motherboard, and here is the picture of the actual genuine processor, and that it's a real leak, featuring a maximum frequency of 4.57 GHz, and was tested on Geekbench 5. And the score of the i5 11500 single score was a 1,588, and a multi-core score of 7,265. As you see, compared to the other processor of the i5, the Ryzen 5 5600, the Ryzen 5 5600X is a 6-core 12-thread processor with a 4.6 GHz boost, compared to the i5 11500, which by my mistake was a 4.6 GHz as well. Unfortunately, Intel will not actually be comparing this performance to the Ryzen 5 5600X, as they're making another one to compete with it, which is the i5 11600, which seems to be as a 6-core 12-thread processor but higher gigahertz, so maybe 4.7 gigahertz and maybe a higher single thread score than the Ryzen 5 5600X. As you see in Geekbench V5, performance onto the Ryzen 5 5600 scores a 1,606, and in multi-core scores 8,102. So basically beating out the i5 10500, the 11500, which is a 6-core 12-thread processor. As of now, the i5 11500 is not a direct comparison to the Ryzen 5 5600X. It is just showing you. I'm just trying to show you guys the competitors at the moment, until the i5 11600 leaks have come out. But being on par with Ryzen 5 5600X is no joke to talk about. So I really want to see what's in store with the i5 11600. If Intel can even come back at this point, such late into the CPU market, as they have been getting destroyed by AMD. Leave your comments down below to let me just know what you feel about this. Anyway, as we go down to the rumored 11th gen specifications, which will be coming out in March, these processors, we are not only looking at i5 11500, but we're also be getting the Ks, the KFs models, and the F models, which basically means the F models don't have the integrated GPU, whereas the KF is the special overclocked one without a graphics integrated CPU, so there's no onboard graphics. The i5, one I didn't see coming was actually the i5 11600, which is rumored to be hitting a single core clock of 4.9 gigahertz, which is kind of interesting, as these are all just engineering samples and leaks at the moment. These are not final scores, but right now 11th gen Rocket Lake just doesn't seem like it's gonna do like I don't see it doing anything compared to these Ryzen 5000 CPUs. The Intel 12th gen looks like the Intel 12th generation will actually feature better performance than the 11th gen. So if you think about upgrading from a 10th gen CPU to 11th gen CPU, then I would say it's not really worth it at that point. The 12th gen Intel CPUs will actually be on Intel's 10 nanometer node, which would mean that, sorry about that, and the 12th gen Intel CPUs will actually be on Intel's final 10 nanometer node, going into next year, 2022. So if Intel can get onto that 10 nanometer node and finally increase IPC even more, then we can expect a bigger upgrade. But at that point, AMD will be going onto their 6000 series, which will be featuring on TSMC's 5 nanometer process, and Intel will already be behind in the processing node game. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is a quick overall video of leaks and stuff. So stay tuned for other videos on the channel. I will be going over AMD's rumored 7000 series cards, as they will be launching a multi GPU die using two ADCU compute units. So that's going to be very interesting to look into. And also AMD third gen EPYC CPUs, not Threadripper, EPYC CPUs, which are on the server side. So stay tuned for those videos. Anyway, peace out guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video.